economic outlook for the next 6 months is bothering people. Patrick, it's great that you're going to take on this next section because this is your domain. Help us understand the macros. Where are we now? Because a lot of people have been focusing on COVID the last 3 months. Now we got to think about the economy. Take us through it. What do we need to know, and what are your thoughts on where we're going from here?
Yeah, thanks for the question. And what I'm feeling is actually corroborates what that earlier poll result came out, economic outlook and uncertainties, which is what exactly I'm seeing very much on the ground. Having met many workers, even fellow Singaporeans, I think there's a general fear and anxiety over the outlook. So that is absolutely correct. I think let me take everyone through what's happened in the last 5 months, and what I foresee will happen in the months ahead, next 3 to 6 months ahead. If you look at the latest labor market first quarter results issued by the Ministry of Manpower, something like 3 weeks ago, that was the first quarter, meaning from 1st of January to 31st of March. Unemployment has crept up a bit, in particular also for the local workforce. Retrenchment numbers have gone up as well compared to the previous quarter. And I think the overall employment growth has also kind of stunted in some ways. But the interesting thing is the first 3 months, I personally don't think it's a good reflection of what we're going to expect to see in the second quarter as well as the rest of the year. Why do I say that? If you look at the first quarter's Ministry of Manpower results in terms of unemployment, retrenchments, if you compare it with the same quarter during the SARS outbreak in 2003, at the global financial crisis in N08 and early 09, the numbers are way far away, i.e. much lesser, much smaller, as compared to the magnitude we saw in SARS as well as the global financial crisis. So what I'm coming to, my point is, I think, coupled with the fact that we had 2 months of circuit breaker and the various measures imposed globally as well as locally in terms of borders, in terms of exchange of goods and services, in terms of many countries looking very inward, fueling more the internal economy, having more protectionist kind of point of views. We will expect definitely in the second quarter results, not out yet, but I do see the second quarter results picking up in terms of unemployment and retrenchments, definitely. So we shall see those figures in the coming weeks ahead, the advanced figures first and then the actual figures. But however, being involved in the labor movement and involved in many of these collective bargaining negotiations, as well as working very closely with our tripartite partners in the last couple of months and issuing the various tripartite advisories to manage salary, leave, excess manpower, retrenchments, payment of retrenchment benefits, and also 4 rounds of budget. Mind you, it's not 1, it's not 2, it's actually 4 rounds of budget. Unprecedented, like they say, it's unprecedented budgets for an unprecedented crisis. So what we're seeing is a government putting in almost $100 billion, no small amount. We even have to dig into coffers to fork that out. And we do see, definitely, I can dare say, for at least for the unionized companies in the last couple of months, holding the line and trying to cut costs to save jobs, meaning latch on into and tap onto the various job support schemes, as well as training schemes which come with funding and absentee payroll to kind of like segue their workers to alternative arrangements. It could be flexible, enforcing on a flexible wage system, no pay leave, and of course training, sending them for training. And even some companies, for example, like you have Singapore Airlines, a lot of the cabin crew, including many of our local airlines. You see some of them now at your bus interchanges and MRT stops, becoming transport ambassadors, and even in the hospitals, being hospital healthcare ambassadors. And of course, a few big sectors, those that involve travel, tourism, aviation, aerospace, and hospitality have been quite severely affected. And some of them taking on many of the part-time contract roles because of the safe entry measures. So what we are seeing in the past 5 months is, I don't think the full-blown figures of the impact has been felt yet. So I think it's important to see what's going to happen in the second quarter and in the months ahead. Why do I say that? I think if you look at the job support scheme which the government has fleshed out, it actually ends on 31st of August. So what we have is a situation where many companies will have to review, and I see many companies in the thick of the action trying to review their strategies, their key performance indicators, their key focus, as well as a reorganization and re-strategization to really look at how to navigate the new normal, or sometimes I call it the next normal, amidst all this that's happening and all these new advisories and measures that are imposed on companies, businesses, whether local or abroad. So I think moving ahead, we need to watch those figures extremely closely, month on month, week on week, and quarter on quarter as well, because I do see companies may end up having to take certain courses of action. A simple proxy would be the number of companies and businesses that have kind of declared, or some of these businessmen who have been declared bankrupt, as well as some of the companies that gone into insolvency in the first half of this year. Quite large numbers. I think doubling easily, month on month, quarter on quarter. So this is in a snapshot. What's the outlook like in the past couple of months? Many companies holding the line, but I do still see pockets of layoffs happening already, and we definitely need to pay a close watch to labor market as well as economic figures in month on month in the rest of this year.